Mercy Boat on back to 37.
Target VTS, that's all copy, thank
you. Ahoy, shipmates! It's a midday broadcast. How about that? We have the 12 o'clock departure. Oh, I don't even think I put it on the list. Did I put it on the list? No, I didn't. That was from yesterday. Oops. It's a 12 o'clock departure today for the Norwegian Encore. But I've got a camera down in Mayflower Park here. I'm struggling with signal down there. But there is Norwegian Encore. She's singled up. She's ready to go. And she is off to Brest in France for a refit. According to Norwegian Cruise Lines, the key highlights of this refit include the addition of a Spice H2O, the adults-only outdoor lounge, a brand new The Haven by Norwegian Suites, and the introduction of the Mediterranean specialty restaurant Palama. Pretty sure I read somewhere that they were increasing the size of the go-kart track as well. May have just missed that, or may have hopefully imagined that perhaps. It's a 2-week refit. Then she comes back here to the port of Southampton and then departs on a 12-day transatlantic voyage, and we will not see her again. For the next couple of years, she will be based in the States and looks like predominantly in Seattle, taking cruises up to Alaska. There we go. There's the Norwegian Encore just moored up.
VTS.
BGS, Aston, good afternoon. Just getting underway. 27 down to 40 for the ship.
VTS, understood, thank you.
No, I was just reading the press release, and I thought they're extending the Encore Speedway, but I think what they're suggesting is it complements the Encore Speedway, which is the go-kart track on top of the ship. Yes, try and get as much into these press releases as they can. Always like to blow their own horns, don't they? Oh, there's shipmates Kathy Pace, member for 30 months. Oh, many thanks, shipmates. And she says, afternoon, Captain and shipmates. Yes, it makes looks a little bit different, doesn't it? What is the weather like at the moment? Weather is reasonable, 10 degrees C out there. I definitely noticed the leaves are dropping quickly, and next week is going to be a bit chilly. Wind is from the northwest. Well, I think that's the problem. Which, if the wind is from the northwest, if she does honk, we should be able to hear. I'm not sure yet. The shipmates earlier, Tamara was asking where a good place to go and see the ships are, and this is Mayflower Park in front of us. So if you go right down to the corner of Mayflower Park, where you can see someone in a bright fluorescent jacket, if you go down there, then you will get a view a bit like this. So you'll be able to see the ships, and the Norwegian Encore is going to come and spin right in front of us. So we'll get a really good view, close-up view, close as you can get, basically. They take their time. That's perfect. Oh, not all ships spin, though, so kind of was guaranteed that. It's looking like a pleasant day there, over from Cowsgate.
Good afternoon now.
Right, good afternoon. Where do you want us to pass? Ahead of you or stern you?
As you can see, I'm just pulling out now, so if you pass the stern of me, that'd be great. I'll hold out.
Thank you very much.
That's the sea lion on the radio. That's this ship here. They currently call this dredging season. Once the
Can you repeat your destination, please?
once it's not quite so busy with all the ships, they tend to do a lot of dredging in the winter. Got to keep the port clear so that the large ships can get in.
Anchorage number 11, inbound to boarding area Charlie, will board at 1300. And the D4 Nearham, nav anchorage number 8, will shortly be raising her anchor. She will follow the BG Diamond.
Right, so who's in the chat? So, yeah, shipmate Tamara, she'll be here tomorrow. Shipmate Nathan asks, what's the reason the ship's leaving early? Yep, it's off for a refit. So she came in this morning, dropped off all the passengers. They get to about 11, 12 o'clock.
BG Diamond, VTS.
They get to about 11, 12 o'clock to get off the ship. All the contractors get on board, all the chippies and electricians and plumbers and all the various trades. They all get on board. And then she'll depart 12 o'clock off to Brest for a bit of a refit. Ahoy there, shipmate Elizabeth G. Ahoy there, Bean. Oh, ahoy there, Barbara. Oh, and then shipmate Paul from Love Cruise. Oh, he sent me a price. Okay, right, that's... Okay, let's save some bits and pieces then. Ooh, that looks good. Send me some information on Sky Princess. Is that right? Paul just send me some information on Sky Princess. Just save that. Due wait any moment. Right, I'm just confused with a few things there. Well, the shipmate Sunrise is nice but chilly day. Yes, it's good to see some blue sky, isn't it? But yes, it's definitely on the cooler side now. Well, the shipmate Laser Claw says, long time no see. Hasn't seen Norwegian Encore in a long time. Yeah, when she departs, we won't be seeing her again for a very long time. She'll be, like I say, she'll be off to the States and then off to Seattle. There's one of the tugs there. Well, the shipmate J. There's new camera. Well, I've got a shipmate who's given me a bit of coverage from the side. We really struggle with the internet coverage, internet speed down here, so it's not the best quality of picture. So I need to experiment with some different techniques there, I think, which is a bit of a shame because it's really good. We get a really good view of Mayflower Park. There we go. Right. Okay.
Budget 7 VTS, that's all understood. Traffic information, Norwegian Encore will be the next vessel away from Southampton from 102 berth, due away shortly.
What's a little rib down there? Plenty of yachts out there this afternoon. I've noticed quite a lot of pleasure traffic.
Will challenge VTS.
I'm just saving some images that Paul's just sent across, some adverts. Some good prices here. I'll just show you in a second.
Will challenge VTS, that's all copied. There's no reported outbound traffic to affect you.
There we go. Look at this. So once the Norwegian Encore returns, she is heading transatlantic. She's going off to Miami, Florida. And that's the price. There you go. Inside, 12 nights from £630 per person. And don't forget, she'll be freshly refurbished as well. You get to experience some of those new expanded restaurants. Oh, there we go. Looks like she's coming onto screen now. Yep, you can see she's drifting away from the side down there. We also set up a Facebook group. We're trying to work out the best way to set up a Solent Ships group cruise and seeing what everyone fancies. So if you want to get involved or have some input, have some questions, see if you can join our Facebook group. We're probably going to aim for a 3 to 4 day cruise somewhere quite close, all departing and returning, of course, to the port of Southampton.
Norwegian Encore, this is Bargate.
Good afternoon on the Bargate. Yeah, you come around whenever you see a space.
Okay, yeah, I'll stay tight on the red. Yeah, Rog.
Well, there, Fraser. Oh, Fraser at Sea's in the chat again. Maybe we can get Fraser at Sea to come along on our Solent Ships group cruise as well. She looks really close, doesn't she, to Mayflower Park? But if you go down the Mayflower Park, you can see actually fair distance away. Yeah, it's going to go off to Brest in France for a refit. Mainly, as far as I can tell, restaurants, expansion of the restaurants. They're removing the laser tag. Obviously, that's not been very successful. Spice H2O is an addition. Obviously, one of their specialty restaurants. They're also expanding the guest suites to 3 bedrooms. Some of the high-end suites. For some reason, they've said that there's a lot of demand for 3-bedroom suites.
All copied. Traffic information. The Soften down 4 miles south of Nab Tower, inbound over the new grounds. BT Diamond, the area of Nab anchorage number 11, inbound to boarding area Charlie to board at 1300. And the D4 Nearham, Nab anchorage number 8, will shortly be raising her anchor and will follow the BT Diamond.
Oh, was that shipmate Pooh Brain? Says 50 quid a night, mad price though. Yes. Yeah, that I think you're talking about this one here, aren't you? Transatlantic. Of course, you've got to fly back from Miami. Bit of a pain potentially, but that's really good price, isn't it? Even a balcony is pretty decent. There you go, reversing towards us. Then off to France. Well, the shipmate Ken Goes Cruising says, nice to see a ship depart in daylight. Oh, yes, it is. It reminds me of the good old times in the summer when all the live streams were bright and now they're dark. Never mind. Only, what's just over a month away for the shortest day, then it'll start to get brighter again. At least I don't have to contend with Mr. Cootie's incredibly bright lights this time of day. Ah, there we go. There's the Svitzer Bargate tug. Just on the radio earlier. They're just squeezing past. Yeah, it's part of the refurbishment of the Norwegian Encore is the expansion of two of the company's specialty restaurants, giving guests more of what they want, apparently. Cagney's Steakhouse. Cagney's Steakhouse, they were expanding the teppanyaki part of the steakhouse with a hibachi-style restaurant. That's the one where the Japanese cooks, will cook right in front of you on a hot plate and do all sorts of antics. Yeah, it looks like they are refurbishing quite a few of the restaurants and expanding the restaurants and changing a few things around. There we go. I think if you get yourself down to Mayflower Park, there is quite a good chance you'll get a really good view of the ship. Let's have a look at this go-kart track. It's right up here on the top, if memory serves me correctly. Yeah, there it is. And that's the go-kart track up there. You can see the start straight finish. I wonder if the contractors on board get a chance to have a little whiz round. Shipmate Snowy Masters are asking how many lifeboats does this one have? Do you know what? I don't know how many. Probably count them, couldn't you? What's it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 16. Oh, it looks like 16, I would say. Well, shipmate Raymond Morris says, is there going to be a ship to replace her from Norwegian Cruise? Oh, that's a good question. I'm guessing there will be, but I don't know. We have Norwegian Prima sometimes, don't we? It looks suspiciously like an anti-clockwise spin to me. Well, see, from this angle, it looks like the ship is really close to Mayflower Park. But if you actually get down to Mayflower Park, as you can see, not actually that close, but you get a jolly decent view down there. There's a new ship coming out from Norwegian, the Norwegian Aqua. And if you think this one's colourful, the Norwegian Aqua is even more colourful again. The graphics on the new Norwegian Aqua are from an American street graffiti artist. So they're very colourful. There's also a cruise going from Southampton on the maiden voyage across to Boston next year. I think it's towards the end of March. Paul from Love Cruises had some excellent prices on that. I think there was some an inside cabin was starting from £1,000. There we go. Oh, you can see that water slide. Now, hopefully you're not scared of heights, because if you're on that water slide, you're right over the side of the ship. I'll try to persuade shipmate Fraser to take up the maiden voyage on Norwegian Aqua. I'm not sure he's convinced. Oh, hello, there's one person on the balcony. We haven't had any crew or contractor numbers yet. The Norwegian Encore is only 5 years old, built in 2019. It shows a maximum passenger capacity of about just under 5,000, which is off for a refurbishment. Sister ships are the Norwegian Bliss, the Norwegian Escape and the Norwegian Joy. Well, the shipmate Snowy Masters in the shipmates board. No, the only people on board today are the crew and contractors to fully refit work. They normally radio in. It's surprising the number of contractors you have on board. There's a lot to do, isn't there? You can get a good view of that water slide now that's on top. There it is.
Normandy VTS, Normandy VTS. Over. Normandy Southampton VTS. Over.
Look, I know what. In case you're wondering, I'm the captain of the Solent Ships YouTube channel, broadcasting to you live and direct from the port of Southampton. This is Norwegian Encore, departing for Brest for a refit for 2 weeks. Then she's back to the port of Southampton, and then heading off to Miami. And when she goes off to Miami, nope, not that one. That one. When she goes off to Miami, we've got a couple of prices here from Paul from Love Cruise. Look at that, $6.30 per person for an inside cabin. Of course, if you don't fancy going one way, which I understand you've got to fly back, much rather sail and return to the port of Southampton. But contact Paul anyway. He's got lots of ideas and lots of offers.
VTS, that's all. Still can have your last port of call and your deepest draft, please.
Very bright.
And the number of crew on board.
Very bright graphics on the side of this one. Looking a bit around the waterline there. Looks like definitely could do with a touch of paint.
VTS, that's all understood. Thank you. Normandy VTS, over.
You just spot two shipmates out of the balconies. That might at least give us a wave, surely. Come on, give us a wave, shipmates. What else is... Norwegian Prima. This is another one that Paul sent across. 12 nights. Oh, that's a bit more expensive, isn't it? 2,700. And Norwegian Dawn. 21 nights. South African Safari and Mauritius. Wow, that's includes flights. Oh, that's very good. Calling in at Robin Island. 2 nights in the game reserve. Seems quite 5 nights hotel. Gosh, that seems quite complicated.
understood. Are you going west of the Nav Tower main channel or over the new ground? BTS understood. The hopper barge Needles, just south of the Warner Buoy, outbound over the new grounds to the sport.
Oh, it looks like they're closing the hatch up early. Normally the hatches are down for quite a long time. Obviously decided maybe it's a bit chilly and drafty today and they'll close the hatch.
BTS Norwegian Encore, pier head.
Yep, Norwegian Encore off to Brest for 2 weeks refits, then returning to the port of Southampton, where she'll be off on a 12-day cruise to Miami, one-way transatlantic. Here's some prices if you're interested in that. £630 per person. Obviously got to get yourself back from Miami, or unless you want to stay in Miami, of course. The weather will be better this time of year. Don't think we're going to get any horns today. What a shame. Next live stream is this evening. We have the departure this evening of Queen Anne at 6 o'clock. Just going to check it's still 6 o'clock. Sometimes they like to move the ship times. Yep, Queen Anne at 6 o'clock. Well, actually, there was a shipmate who said they want to watch Queen Anne leave. I didn't realise that she was at 46th berth. So she's round the corner. So actually, if you want to watch Queen Anne depart, you need to go to Town Quay, not Mayflower Park. It's Queen Anne is over here, the other direction. It's Queen Anne there. After the transatlantic crossing that Norwegian Encore will make after refit, she will be heading over to Seattle, and there'll be a couple of years of cruises to Alaska, as well as some Caribbean cruises. So that's the last we see of Norwegian Encore for a very long time. Oh, the shipmate stood us. What time is Queen Anne going? At 6 o'clock, shipmate, for Queen Anne at 6 o'clock. 1800 hours. And she's over here on the ocean terminal. So we get a jolly good view of her. And she'll be heading out. Actually, I don't know where she's heading. I've not done that research yet. You can tell the Norwegian Encore is quite a large ship compared to some of the ships we get in port. As you can see, really towers over Town Quay there. Always a sign of a large ship. Don't think we can see her yet on Netly Cam. No, not quite. Not on that one either. Lots of pleasure traffic around. There's the harbour master just heading out, probably going to escort Norwegian Encore down Southampton water. I think there's quite a number of pleasure craft out today. Conditions are pretty good. As you can see, the sea state is calm. Well, Shipmate Snowmasters, are you streaming for Queen Anne tonight? Yes, Shipmate will be live for Queen Anne at 6 o'clock. Be a bit dark, but shouldn't be too bad. She's right in the port here. We get reasonable visibility. Lots of lights out and about here in the port area. Shipmate Leslie says, will I be streaming the Queen Victoria on the 5th? Oh. Have a look. 5th. What day is the 5th? 5th is a Sunday. Highly likely. Weekends are quite good for streaming sometimes. Actually, no, sorry, December the 5th. Oh, it's a Thursday. I was just looking at the wrong month. December the 5th is Thursday. Possibly, depends. Depends on my schedule of movements. So it's not easy to tell. Depends on the time of departure as well. Weekends are better. Pretty much can do the weekends. During the week can be more troublesome. And if you're interested in joining our Facebook group, we are attempting to organise a Solent Ships cruise group. Having a feel what people might like. Looking at probably a 3 to 4 day cruise. Obviously departing from here in the port of Southampton. Join our group and then we can get the discussion rolling and work out what's going to work for everyone. Well, have you enjoyed that one, shipmate? I shall carry on following Norwegian Dawn as she heads down Southampton Water, and then we'll be back at 6 o'clock this evening for the Queen Anne's departure from 46 berth. And like I said, this is the last we will see of Norwegian Dawn. Not so Norwegian Encore. I still haven't had any numbers yet. There is only crew and contractors on board. Nice way to go to work, I suppose. Your hotel's with you all the time. What's going on here? Something's wrong.
Yes, with Challenger or fast on SO6. Next move will be shifting to number SO9.
Well, there's shipmate Mr. Zez has just tuned in. Who was put in charge of that paint job? Well, if you think that's an interesting paint job, you should have a look at the new one, Norwegian Aqua. I don't think you'll like Norwegian Aqua's paint job at all. In fact, let me show you a picture of Norwegian Aqua. Trying to show you a picture. I'm not doing very well here. Just want a picture, not a video. Yeah, so that's Norwegian Encore departing. But if you're not particularly keen on the graphics, you check out the graphics of Norwegian Aqua. This is the new one. These graphics have been devised and created by an American street graffiti artist. And they are certainly a distinctive. I think that's the word you might use if you're being polite.
VCS, that's all understood, thank you.
See if I can find a better one of the side. Yeah, that's the new graphics and on the bow there. And she's due away for her maiden cruise in the end of March. And that's a maiden voyage from the port of Southampton here. Been talking to Paul from Love Cruise about getting on board that one. Not been on a maiden cruise before. Maybe this will be the ship to go on. Yes, certainly an interesting picture.
That's all copied. The Needles crossing over the new grounds outbound to the Spore ground.
It's funny if you look back through the Norwegian cruise ships, as they've gone through the generations, the on-ship graphics have become more and more extravagant.
VTS not outbound, are they?
Yeah, shipmate Poobrain says, yes, a paint job. Use the enemy ships. It reminds me of rather of the dazzle camouflage. I quite like the dazzle camouflage. Let's see if I can find a picture of the dazzle camouflage. There we go. Yeah. So yes, it puts you in mind. So this during the Second World War, they were experimenting with different techniques for camouflaging ships, and one of them was called dazzle camouflage, and they covered the ships in very striking graphics. But what it meant was it was almost impossible to work out the shape of the ship. Right, shipmates. Back at 6 o'clock this evening after our little excursions of looking at Norwegian ships and dazzle camouflage. Odd where our conversations go sometimes on this channel. Hope you've enjoyed that one. We'll be back at 6 o'clock for Queen Anne. Many thanks to all my PayPal donors, patrons, subscribers, and of course the Blue Spanner crew for sorting me out with all my problems. And if you're interested in joining the group cruise, I shall just put the link up on the screen for you. Until next time, shipmates.
Southampton VDS, we're champion.
We're champion VTS.
VDS, we're champion, good afternoon. So I should be ready to go in the next 10 to 15 minutes, just waiting on the hose coming back. Back down to the Empress for transfer with the Janie W. Maximum draft is now 5.5 and 8 persons on board. Masters PEC 1210, over.
The champion VTS, that's all copy. Traffic information, Red Eagle, Northwest Netley inbound.
Roger, Red Eagle, Northwest Netley inbound. Our intention, sir, will be to sternboard out of the ocean and swing to starboard once I'm clear.
VTS, all copy that. Station calling VTS, call down.
Red Eagle, passing northwest Netley, permission to carry in speed caution.
Red Eagle VTS, yes, if it's safe to do so. The champion in 46 berth at stations to depart the berth.
Okay, copy that, thank you.
Ram Pride, here, VTS.
Okay, that's all covered.